Good morning and thank you. We'll now go on record for the 8:15 review calendar.
We have docket number 2, Mallory
Davis.
I've asked her to unmute.
Ms. Davis, good morning. Can you hear me? You may have to unmute yourself.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I certainly can.
All right.
On for review today. This is a treatment issue. It looks like one thing is you haven't done a victim impact panel.
I believe that was the one that I did in Yelm. We had this issue the last time when we did my review, and I called them previous to the last court date, and they told me that they were going to send it over. I don't know whether they got the chance of it or not to do it.
Davis, if they've sent it over, it hasn't arrived yet. You may want to camp on their trail and make sure that gets done. Of more importance to me is I'm looking at the evaluation, Mr. Dilly, that this is page 3, treatment summary, attendance, et cetera, et cetera. The last sentence, client declined due to wanting to complete anger management classes before working through BH services.
What?
Mrs. Davis, what's that about?
I don't really understand what that meant. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, it simply says client declined due to wanting to complete anger management. They had recommended that you have meetings with them, and that you said, no, I want to do anger management first.
Is that after the psych eval? Because that's the only thing that I told them no, I didn't want to do, because they had asked me if I wanted to be on medication or do the classes, and I told them that as far as I knew, the only thing I was required to physically actually go to was the anger management, and that's what I do every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to like 5:30.
Well, it's dealing with one thing and not the other. It's kind of like maybe saying, oh, I want my, before I even think about my cancer, I want to get my broken leg healed. It sounds like it's kind of a two-step thing here, a treatment for your anxiety syndrome and also an anger management.
But what I'm not understanding is the factor that you guys, I had said that it was only the anger management that was required. And so what I guess I'm not understanding is the counseling is what they want me to do for my PTSD and stuff. Is that required too now? Like, am I supposed to do that?
Well, I'm looking at the JNS that was entered on October 29th of 2020, and it was continued on the do the anger management referral and treatment. The referral, that is there, they referred you to evaluated you and recommended 2 different things: classes for dealing with anxiety and anger management.
But we haven't talked anything about the counseling in court. The only time that we haven't even talked about that. The only time I have talked about that is with the doctor herself. So that's what I'm not understanding.
The reason we didn't talk about it in court is we're not evaluators. That's up to somebody that's certified in that field. Neither Mr. Sneva, Mr. Dilling, nor myself are in any position of being able to tell you what is going to help you stay out of trouble. That's why we have these evaluations. Now, the evaluation was for a couple of different things. Now, your attorney is Josh Sneva. He is not here today. The city has not made any motion to set this aside and have you sentenced.
But is very close.
But it's very close to this. I want to have this matter reset to when Mr. Sneva can be here to represent you in this matter. Because if your SOC is revoked, you're looking at the possibility of up to 364 days in jail. What I want you to do is consult with your attorney about what you need to do. That's why we have professionals. That's why we all go to a doctor's. I'm not trained in medicine or anything, and I'm not in any position to disagree and tell my doctor he's wrong about some diagnosis or suggestion.
That wasn't the case though. When she had asked me if it was required by the court, and it wasn't. The only thing required by you guys was the anger management.
Ms. Davis, the court's requirement is that you comply with any treatment recommendations received. We didn't make any treatment recommendations for the reasons I've stated. We can't do that. We don't have the ability to do that. That's why we have agencies like CMAR to say what is necessary, what's going to help keep you out of trouble. We're going to reset this to the city. Have any?
Yeah, I just, for Ms. Davis's clarification, on page 407 of the report, it says cross-system services. Recent historical legal involvement, yes. Domestic violence has occurred in 2020. Client will attend anger management classes, which are 18 weeks. Anger management, your anger management people, Ms. Davis, suggested client receive an initial mental health evaluation per client report. Here we are. If you don't want to do it, city's going to move to revoke, close jail, and you will be doing this anyway.
No, I did do the evaluation.
Now you need to comply with the treatment.
Okay.
Ms. Davis, we're not going to argue any further about it at this point.
I'm just.
The city's position is, and I need you to very seriously talk to your attorney about this, and he in turn can talk to Mr. Dilly, and we can get this straightened out. Okay? I mean, what's a good court date for when Josh could be here? Can we put this on? Let's put this on the 10 or 11 o'clock.
That's what I thought we would do. We could do 2 weeks from now or a month from now. Either one more.
A month.
A month? Okay. So then that would be.
Ms. Davis, we can set it out either 2 weeks or a month. I'm going to do it a month to give you enough time.
Thank you.
It's my turn now. Enough time. I want you to do this. Talk to Mr. Sneva, and he in turn tell him what the situation is. He in turn can talk to Mr. Dilly, who represents the city, and we can figure out what to do. Okay? Your next hearing is going to be September 2nd, 10 a.m. in the morning. So Mr. Sneva will be here, and we'll be sending you a copy of today's order. In the meantime, all conditions set forth in the SOC and in the order entered pursuant to that, those remain in effect.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, that concludes today's hearing. And again, I can't tell you how strongly, how important it is that you immediately touch base with Mr. Sneva, okay?
Quick, how do I just call the courthouse for that?
If you didn't save his number,
No, I have a new phone, so I did not.
call us back later and you can receive that from us.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Davis, good luck.
Next, we have docket number 4, Jason Misko-Capel.
Next call, the matter of Yelm versus Jason Misko-Capel. I'm probably mispronouncing that. If I do that, I apologize. If you can hear me, sing out. If not, you may.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning. How are you, sir?
Looks like reviewing the docket here. Victim impact panel needs to be done. What is AA?
That's an assessment, alcohol assessment.
And the assessment needs to be done. We don't have that yet. And also, you didn't appear on June 24th. How are things going?
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, it's been a little bit of a rough ride. Um, I believe the previous court date you said was June 24th, Your Honor.
Could you repeat that? That's a little garbled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Is that a little better, Your Honor?
That's better. Oh, yes.
Okay. June 24th and pretty much onward, I've been traveling back and forth across the state, between home and my parents' home to assist in various tasks. So it's been a little bit of a rough ride. I do have my victim impact panel and my drug and alcohol assessment scheduled for mid-September in Othello. Unfortunately, I had to move and had a little bit of a disconnect getting to a local Spokane treatment center. And due to where I moved, that would be the closest and soonest time or earliest time I could get in to do both of those things.
What I'd like to do is maybe reset the matter to the first court date in October. Mr. Dilly, unless, do you have any?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Bisco-Capel, what we're going to do is reset the case to the first date in October, and hopefully your situation will clarify itself. Yes, with a lot of things that are going on right now with employment, the COVID, et cetera, things are a little different right now.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, by your next court date, which will be our first available one in October, and we're figuring out exactly when that will be.
14th of October.
13th?
14th.
14th. I'm sorry, that'll be the 14th of October at 8:15 in the morning. We'll be sending you a copy of today's hearing, but hey, good luck with that. Keep on it. You know, hey, better late than never. As long as it gets done, that's going to be good enough for me, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bisco-Capel, life is going otherwise okay?
Yes, sir. I go to AA meetings once a week, and other than that, all is going well, preparing for the birth of my son.
Oh, whoa. How soon is that going to be?
September 20th, Your Honor.
Well, the child may have a different schedule in mind, but hey, good luck with that. You and I want to hear the news about that in October, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care of yourself.
And you as well, sir.
I will try.
Bye-bye.
Now we have a phone number. I'm not sure if they're here for the 8:15 calendar, but it ends in 4846.
We have a phone number ending in a 4846. I don't know who that is. If you would, please unmute yourself and then let us know who you are, please.
My name is Anthony Skinner Pratt. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Your last name is Anthony what?
Skinner Pratt.
Mr. Skinner Pratt, you're not on until.
I don't think he has court scheduled. He does not have a future hearing scheduled right now. We're just receiving monthly reports and just tracking for that. So
Right now, we're tracking, getting reports. How's everything? As long as you're online, how's everything going?
I'm doing good. I've been going to my classes. I did miss a week because I had another but
Hey,
on the good part, I'm doing better now. I've been going to my classes, and I have now discovered a chapter of AA here in Yelm. I did not know we had one here, so I'll be going to that one.
boy, that's great. That's great. If it's a little closer to you, that's just fine. No, you're not. You don't have anything scheduled for today or right now. We're just kind of waiting on information. But hey, get it to us when you can. And hey, it sounds like things are going well, Mr. Skinner Pratt. Thank you for checking in, and you take care. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So next we have the jail is on.
The jail is
Yeah, and that's all we had for our
for the
8:15, yeah.
put those away and we'll go to the jail.
Let the jail know.
Oh boy.
They're muted, so I'm wondering if they're maybe not.
Good
ready.
morning. I'm going to call the in custody's calendar. Mr. Haverco, are you able to hear me? Good morning, if you can.
They're muted on their end. So
And it looks like you're still muted on your end there. So as soon as we can talk to you, that'd be great.
seems like they might not be ready. We do have Attorney Ken Blanford for a lot of mail bonds. It's on the 9 a.m. calendar for an oral argument on docket number 3, Julian Jennings. If you wanted to do that one, wait for the jail.
Knowing we do have oral argument for docket number 3. This has to do with the bonding company.
All right.
I'll allow him to talk.
Morning, gonna call the matter of Yelm versus Julian Jennings. Looks like this is on for an argument having to do with the bail, I presume. Good morning.
That's correct, Your Honor. For the record, Ken Blanford. Can you hear me?
I certainly can. You just came through loud and clear.
Perfect, Your Honor. Sorry, this Zoom looks very different than anything I've ever seen, so it makes me a little paranoid.
We'll do the best we can.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Your Honor, would you like to hear some argument?
That's not coming through. Could you slow down a little bit?
Okay. Can the court hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay. Is the court prepared to hear argument?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, what this looks like to me is the defendant failed to appear on April 1st. Court issued a bench warrant. The defendant was then booked in on the warrant on April 14th. The warrant was actually served and the defendant was PR. The defendant then appears on the 16th, it looks like. And the court reinstated the bond. Our position is that the PR release should have exonerated the bond. And if the court has any concerns as to case law, I'd be happy to supplement the record in writing, providing the case law that indicates that that's probably not the best practice on the court's part.
Do you have a citation on that?
I can provide the court, if the court wants the citation, I'm happy to provide it in writing, Your Honor. There's one case out of Clark County that indicates that, but there's also a ton of out-of-state cases that indicate that as well. So I'd be happy to supplement that in writing today. I can fax it into the court.
If you would.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to,
No, Your
anything
Honor.
by way of response?
No.
I'll put that together later today, Your Honor, and I'll just send that right into the court, and the court can rule on the briefings if the court wants to.
Yeah, I think I followed the sequence here pretty well. But, and yes, it would appear that he was PR'd once he was picked back up on that. Yeah, go ahead and send in what you want to, and we'll deal with it then.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Take care. And any luck with the jail yet?
Looks like.
Well, let's see.
Hey, good morning.
Judge, can you see and hear me?
I certainly can, and I can not only hear you, I can see you. Everything except the chin, that is.
So I've got Jerry Hack here in the little hearing room here, seated to my right. And if you'd like to see him, I could have him be seated in this chair. But I have discussed the charge with him a little bit. And I think he does understand the nature of the charge and what the nature of his rights are. So we do want to go ahead and proceed with with arraignment today. We'd waive reading or however the court wants to proceed, but ask the court to enter not guilty plea would stipulate to probable cause and ask the court to reset the matter 2 weeks. It's my understanding there's probably not a good reason to argue conditions of release because Your Honor, I think put a little bit of bail on him as a hold because he apparently has a federal hold. And so I believe what Your Honor was thinking is that, without a hold, he'll disappear. So Mr. Hack knows that, and he's okay with, being held and set over 2 weeks because he's a little concerned about, depending on what happens with this case, he's a little concerned about how it may interplay with this federal probation situation. So
That might be subject of discussion with his attorney in that system.
right.
Your full name, Jerry Lee Hack.
Yeah, Jerry Lee Hawk.
Citation alleges in honor about July 29, 2021, you committed the offense of theft, 3rd degree, gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction to be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. Your attorney has entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf, reserves your rights. I'm going to appoint him to represent you in this matter since you're in custody. What we'll do is reset the matter for a pretrial hearing 2 weeks from today to give you a chance to explore what the ramifications are with regard to your federal matter. I don't know anything about that except that you're being held by the U.S. Marshals. I'm going to wish you the best of luck with that, Mr. Hack. Any questions at all?
No, that's very clear.
You take care of yourself. The hearing will be August 19th at 8:30 in the morning, and we'll hopefully know a little bit more about the situation then. I want to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself, and you have contact information with Mr. Haverco. He'll, I'm sure, stay in touch with you.
And I will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Doc, thank you. You take care.
You too. Now.
Thank you,
You have a
Judge.
good day.
Hi, Myers.
Hey, Judge.
So, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So Thompson's already showing assaultive behavior. He's been kind of screaming and cussing out the cuff court. He's already thrown like his meal trays out the cuff court. He's spitting on the windows. We can restrain him and do like a spit mask over him.
Why don't we let it go for another 2 weeks?
Okay.
Is that going to work for you?
It's up to you. Like I can get more manpower.
You have enough problems to deal with there without dealing with Mr. Thompson. I'm very familiar with him, and
Yes.
why don't we just cancel, let's reschedule today's hearing 2 weeks down the road.
Okay,
And we'll hope that he calms down. He's been kind of going downhill for quite a while here.
yeah, I think he's changed a lot in the past year.
That's a vast understatement.
Yeah,
You take care of yourself. Thanks for the.
thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry.
No,
All right, Mr. Clerk, you ready?
So just hang on, I'll be getting in touch with you. They have to get me the police report and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, man. Take
You
care.
have a good day now.
You too. And the last matter, Judge, is I believe she was released. She was originally, I believe, indicated to be Jane Doe. Then they did figure out somehow who she was. And when I got here this morning, I inquired with custody staff and they said she's not here.
Yes, I had PR'd her. We had a real issue figuring out who she was exactly. She would not identify herself. She has multiple aliases. I PR'd her on the subject to a DCR review, and as I assumed that they found her safe to be at large and not a danger to herself or others, and so she's out in the wind. She has been found incompetent by 2 other courts recently. What I'm inclined to do is simply refer the matter to the prosecutor, and there's probably going to be a dismissal without prejudice. Mr. Dilly, is that going to?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. City's moving at this time to dismiss the matter, those 2 charges without prejudice.
That takes care of that.
Okay, that concludes all the matters here at the jail, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Aberco, we'll see you in a bit.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
On Mr. Thompson, let's just reset that to 2 weeks. I've got that up now. We're still on the record, huh?
Yes, we're still.
And for the record, Mr. Thompson, brief colloquy with the jail. He's not in any mental condition to attend court today. Just like a couple of weeks ago, we're going to try again in a next court hearing. Resetting the matter to August.
August 19th.
This document has been trashed. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't showing all the case numbers on it for some reason, so I want to make sure that they all show up on there.
Oh,
That way they get.
well, he has 87 different cases.
Yeah, so I have to go through each one and select the right hearing time.
Does he have a boatload?
Yeah, I gotta make sure I select all the correct.
I don't know if Mr. Sanders is on the line for 9 o'clock. I know
We
we
have
have
a
a
few people,
resolution in
but-
that matter.
We're still doing Mr. Thompson's order. There we go.
And I got a little window popped up down here at the bottom that Lauren Wagoner is on.
That,
Onto, that
Oh.
would be in connection with Peyton Lewis.
If you refresh your screen, Your Honor, it should show up now.
It is. It just
Okay.
came through. Edit document. You are currently
Got them all now.
signed document. On the on Jane Doe, is there Do we need to do anything right now?
My screen is taking a long time to go back and forth. It's gonna be a slow day. Unless it picks back up.
Yeah, wow.
I was able to get those in there for Jane Doe, so that should.
On Shane Cole, we have an SOC on that. If Mr. Sanders is on the line, we could take,
And I did the Jane Doe order as well.
okay.
Ready for signature.
Remind me to go back to that
Yep,
because I'll forget.
I will. I'll write myself a note too. All right, so I have allowed Attorney Sanders to speak, and I believe you're Shane. The defendant is in the courtroom.
Mr. Cole, why don't you come up and have a seat next to the microphone there? Good morning to you. We're going to take your matter now. I understand Mr. Sanders is on your attorney's on the line.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sanders, good morning. You come through loud and clear. We'll take your matter now. The matter set for a pretrial of the state. I'll turn to the city who's here in the
I'll let
courtroom.
Mr. Sanders explain our resolution.
Mr. Sanders, the ball is punted to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Counselor. Your Honor, we've arrived at a disposition today for the court for a stipulated order of continuance on one count of driving while under the influence. That agreement that Mr. Cole is prepared to enter with the court's permission would involve a 24-month stipulated order of continuance on the original charge with conditions. And if he provides all, if he completes and abides by all the conditions of his agreement in this case, the city is agreeing to amend the charge to reckless driving at the conclusion of the SOC. I have gone through the O Court's SOC with Mr. Cole. I explained to him that he's going to be waiving speedy trial with a new commencement beginning August 5th of 2023, 2 years, with a 90-day expiration of November 3rd, 2023. He understands the rights he's giving up, including a right to a jury trial, to hear and question witnesses who might be brought against him, the right to call witnesses on his own behalf, as well as the right to testify on his own behalf and the right to remain silent. He understands that the charge of DUI carries with it a maximum penalty of 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine with 60 months of maximum jurisdiction. He understands that he's also going to be, if he's successful, probably sentenced on the reckless driving, but if conditions are previously complied with, then the prosecutor will likely amend and close. He's agreed to pay $990.50, appear at all hearings, have no criminal law violations, not drive without a valid license and insurance, not drive or be in physical control of the motor vehicle with a 0.08 or higher alcohol concentration or 5 nanograms of THC, have no alcohol-related infractions, not refuse a breath or blood test on lawful request. Let's see, don't refuse a breath or urinalysis if required by the court or probation or a treatment provider. Update the court and Department of Licensing, use only his true and legal name. Obtain an alcohol and substance abuse evaluation, complete necessary required treatment. We put in 60 days. As an aside, he's had the assessment. He's done the ADIS portion of 4 counseling sessions to come. He's also completed the DUI victims panel. I believe he understands and has signed, I've signed on his behalf electronically, this agreement between him and the city of Yelm. And again, if he meets his obligations, if he does his part, then the city will, in 2 years, has agreed to ask the court to amend the DOI charge to that of reckless driving. And we appreciate the city looking at Mr. Cole's matter, and we're very appreciative to be able to go forward this way this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders. Mr. Cole, do you disagree with anything at all your attorney just said?
No, Your Honor.
He put it very, very well. What he has done on your behalf is negotiate a contract with the city under the terms of which, if you comply with the terms of the agreement, charge will be reduced to a much less serious charge of reckless driving. That's going to be 24 months down the road. A number of conditions here. The most important ones to me, not the money, but no law violations, and do the drug and alcohol evaluation. File proof of having done that within the next 2 months, 60 days. If there's a problem doing that, just let your attorney know and we can deal with that easily. And I want compliance with any recommendations. The purpose of that is there a problem here? If there is, let's deal with it. And if there is no problem, you can get a little education and that'll be the end of it. The reason for the penalties they have for DUI are the number of people we kill on the road every day. And that is the last thing you want to have to live with is having injured, hurt, killed somebody when you're not in full control of your faculties and doing something that you never would have done if you were like you are right now in front of me. Do you have any questions at all?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to wish you the best of luck, Mr. Cole. You take care of yourself. Stay in touch with us. If you change your address, contact information, make sure your attorney and us, and we know about that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, good luck. Hey, if we don't learn from the mistakes that we all make, we're condemned to repeat them. So I'm hoping that this is a learning experience and not one to be repeated at all. The important thing is, and the lesson is to completely separate drinking from driving. If you're doing one, don't do the other. Good luck to you.
Thank
Any
you, Your
questions at all?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanders, any questions?
No, Your Honor, I think we're good. I don't know if he can stop by the window on the way out. We'd ask for time payment. If the 12 months to pay, that's the only thing I would have him do on his way out if he can.
Well, certainly, he can pick a copy of that up at the window, and we'll furnish you with a copy of it. Another thing that I notice here on the bottom of the SOC is his need to contact our monitor, probation monitor, Cassandra. There's a phone number and an email there for her, and her role is simply to monitor compliance with the agreement. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that concludes the hearing, Mr. Cole. I'm going to wish you the best of luck, and Mr. Sanders, thank you.
Thank you for the court's time, Your Honor. Thank you, Counselor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Cole, good luck. You take care of yourself.
Thank you, Your Honor. So just stop at the window right here.
You bet. I'm signing it right now. It's going to take a minute.
Okay.
Signed, closed, and it'll magically appear next office over. And I think we also have,
So we have Attorney Wagner for docket number 4 and 5, Lewis Payton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lauren Wegner on behalf of my client, Mr. Lewis. I am currently in O Court selecting dates for a continuance. This is a first pretrial and I do need some additional time to work on this matter.
No objection, Your Honor.
no problem. Ms. Wagner, good morning, and how's your client doing?
Fine, Your Honor. And I am trying to select the September 30th date at 10 o'clock for both matters. For some reason, it will not allow me to select 10 o'clock for the number 7860. I don't know if I get out of this form, if somebody might be able to change it on your end.
We just changed it to 11 o'clock ordinarily. Whoa.
You're gonna wanna stop editing and then I'll sit there and put in the court date.
Okay, I'll finish this and then I'll send it back over to you, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, ordinarily what, private attorney matters are scheduled for 9, but if 10 o'clock is what's gonna work best for you, that's what we'll do.
It would only because I have something else that morning, another court hearing.
10 o'clock it is.
Yeah, I have to go in there and back it out as soon as she's done, when she's all done.
Yeah, I'm just signing it on behalf of my client and myself, and I am out of here right now. Thank you.
And it will be, it'll be 10 o'clock and not 11 o'clock. Really, we're gonna need a signature from you, Brent, when we're done now.
Okay, that should be set in there now.
I think it's over to you, Brent.
All right. Let me refresh, but I don't see it.
Okay, while we're getting the signatures, Mr. Lewis, you take care, stay in touch with the attorney, and we'll talk to you at the end of September, okay? You take care.
All righty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Ms. Wagner, that concludes. We'll be sending you a copy of today's order, September 30th, 10 a.m.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Attach signature, save signature. Bid. That leaves us with one.
Yeah, so we have docket number 2, Anthony Jackson.
And it looks like Mr. Britton is
Oh,
preparing
okay, I was gonna say, we have
a,
somebody else in here, but they haven't chatted me
Mr.
back.
Britton?
well,
So,
Mr. Britton is appearing, I believe, for on behalf of Barbara Broughton and Anthony.
Good morning.
have a le-
Good morning. Call the matter of Yelm versus Anthony Jackson. I understand Mr. Britton is on the line on behalf of Barbara Bowden.
That's correct. And good morning. For the record, Ross Britton, standing in for attorney of record Barbara Bowden on behalf of Mr. Jackson. We do consent to this hearing being conducted virtually, or at least not in person, and do apologize, both Ms. Bowden and myself were unfortunately a little detained this morning, and do apologize to the court and to Mr. Dilly and to Mr. Jackson for showing up later than we would have liked.
No problem.
I'm here. And Your Honor, speaking with Ms. Bowden on the way to this hearing, I believe she had recently received an offer from Mr. Dilly. It's something that we would need to have further time to negotiate, as well as speak with Mr. Jackson about. So I am asking to set this matter over, Mr. Jackson. We were looking at the September 16th or September 30th date. Would one of those work better for you, sir?
The sooner the better. I've been trying to get this thing moved along because my son's getting married the end of September.
Okay, then sooner, yes, it is. What about, is there, Your Honor, I apologize, I'm looking at the O courts as we speak. Would it be possible actually to the September 2nd would be, if that's an open date? It looked like it was and it allowed me to select that date. That would be our request to set this at 9 a.m. on September 2nd.
I'll select the date.
Okay, got it. It's billed in September 2nd, 2021, 9 a.m. That's already done. Mr. Dilly, any problem with?
No, Your Honor.
Resetting it to Mr. Jackson, give our best to Ms. Bowden. And yes, the matter is now reset to 9 a.m. We'll be sending you a copy of today's order containing the court date. You take care. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it. I hope everyone else has a good day as well. And Mr. Jackson, Ms. Bowden, and I will be giving you a call in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Dilly.
You're welcome. Thank you. Brent, need a signature on that.
Yeah, it's just fired up that Donnie got out of.
Yes. I'm gonna get the
Darn these
little info
computers.
in there.
Got it.
There we go.
Attach signature. Save signature. Probably nobody else at this point.
Nope, so there's nobody else for
So go back
hearings,
to
so,
Jane Doe.
as I say, if you can go back and sign Jane Doe, and then we have a few matters from the 8:15 to go over.
Dismissed without prejudice. And close. Mr. Doyle, that brings us back to the 8 o'clock no-shows.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not everybody showed up, and the first one, of course, was
Rowdy
Chester Miller.
Chester Miller. This is a DUI, Your Honor, $10,000 cash or bond.
So ordered.
Joshua Knowles is a order to dismiss.
We will dismiss him.
Just for the record, Mr. Knowles, the dismissal of this disorderly conduct is a global resolution with regard to felonies he has in Superior Court that have been resolved, and he's spending in excess of 24 months in the state penitentiary.
He has more to worry about than us. And the last but not least, Jenna White.
This was set for a show cause hearing. Or no, I guess to revoke her SOC, of which she's not here, so I guess we have to issue a warrant, $10,000 cash or bond.
180 bucks owing is the only problem, but 2,500.
Okay.
Mr. Knowles. Mr. Knowles, I'm going to the order of dismissal there. Mr. Knowles is signed. And I think that, how about that, Eric Will?
Oh, yeah, we do have one more 9 o'clock.
If you go to page 5, docket number 6. Did not appear, that one is set for a show cause.
I guess that's what I was thinking of. I'm permission to interlock $2,500 cash or bond.
Ordered. Does he have a bond posted? That's Weller.
No, it looks like that's an old one.
Oh, yeah. And that, as I say, is that. And I guess we're now waiting. Good morning. We'll now go on record. Mr. Steve, I'll defer to you for the order in which the cases are called. Go
Thank you,
ahead.
Your Honor, we can start with number 8 on the 10 o'clock calendar, James Dugweiler.
Mr. Dugweiler, good morning.
Morning, and we do have a plea form in the, in O courts with an agreed recommendation. Mr. Dugweiler is going to be pleading guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. Upon successful entrance of that, the criminal trespass charge will be dismissed. Got a $250 probation fee, credit for the 1 day that he's served, just no law violations for the next year, and no contact with Walmart. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Is your name James Allen Dugweiler?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dugweiler, I'm looking at on a screen here a plea of guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. Involved in that also is a dismissal of a criminal trespass charge in the 1st degree. Have you gone over the plea form with your attorney? And have you had any questions at all about what it meant? Was your question answered?
Everything's, yeah.
If I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5 here, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine. You understand that? With that in mind, as to 1 count of theft degree in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on January 22nd, 2021, how do you plead guilty or not guilty? You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty? I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. You've heard the recommendation as to sentence. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. I was brought in on a warrant and was being held in the jail in Nisqually. And I spoke with you on the phone. And at that time, I promised you I would appear in court. On my
You did.
Actually, I didn't.
And I thank you for that.
I didn't appear the first time, and I totally apologize. I tried to.
That happens. You're here now.
Word, and I woke up Friday morning and I realized I missed court. So I just to you, I want to apologize. I'm sorry.
You're here now? No problem. Hopefully this is something you learned from. City, have anything to add, Mr. Dilly?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Steve, anything to add?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Going to follow the recommendation, 364 days in jail, credit for 1 day served, 363, suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior. Less important, pay a probation fee in the amount of $250. We'll set your payments on that at $25 a month. Now, if you have trouble making the payments, financial circumstances change, let us know, okay? Most important thing is the law-abiding behavior. Stay out of trouble, and you won't have to be in front of me or any other judge again, okay? Any questions at all? Thank you for appearing. I wish you the best of luck. There's some paperwork to do, actually screen work to do. We've gone from the plea form to the judgment and sentence, Mr. Dugweiler.
Pardon me?
I'm just looking at a different screen here. This is the JNS, the judgment and sentence form. I'll be signing that in a minute. Mr. Dilly, need a signature from you on that. And you'll be able to get a copy of that by going to the front window up front after we conclude the hearing, okay? Once again, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself. And if you have any questions, let Mr. Steven know. And also, always a good idea to let us know how to get a hold of you, contact information. Don't need to know where you are, but might need to get a letter to you or or call you. Okay. At least let Mr. Steven know.
Does he need anything else, or is
He
he?
can go to the front counter to get his paperwork.
All right, good luck.
Thanks. Thank you, Your Honor.
Red signature on the bottom and
I thought I had.
I hit refresh, nothing showed up yet. This is on the JNS form.
Oh, the
The
JNS.
JNS, not the, yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. There we go.
Got it?
Got it.
Steven, next case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next matter is Abigail Lewis.
Ms. Lewis, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Ms. Lewis comes on for a pretrial and I've provided the city with some additional information in this matter. And I believe there's going to be a motion to dismiss and there's an order in Oak Courts for that. Thank you.
That's correct, Your Honor. Stated this time moves to dismiss.
No
Ms. Lewis, I can't imagine a better result than that, to get a charge like this dismissed. Hopefully it hasn't been too unpleasant of an experience, but a learning experience nonetheless.
Yes.
There's a lot of laws regarding domestic issues and everything, and I think the best advice I could give you is if things get to a certain point, best thing to do is just walk away.
Yes, sir.
But hey, we all have to figure that out for ourselves, what is best. I'm going to wish you the best of luck. This is simply for me to sign. Order of dismissal has been signed. You can get a copy of that by going to the window in the front. I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself, and hopefully this has been a learning experience and not too unpleasant.
It has been, sir.
Any
Thank you.
questions at all?
No, thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you.
Next matter that we can take, Your Honor, I believe is Mr. Blake, who's on the phone.
I've asked him to unmute.
I have here a motion to continue, an order on motion, and an order of dismissal.
I'm going to go with the order of dismissal, Your Honor. This is a very similar situation where I was able to provide the city with some additional information after further investigation, which changed the case quite a bit. So I believe there's a motion to dismiss.
That's correct, Your Honor. State moves to dismiss.
No objection.
Then we'll ignore the other two and simply go to the order of dismissal. Yeah, that's, I get the probable cost statement on statements on some of these, and some I just shake my head and think this maybe doesn't belong in a courtroom.
The next matter.
Still working on this one. Ready for me, Donnie, I guess.
Should be, yeah.
It is. Sign here. Okay. Got Blake. Next matter.
Going to be Ms. Brillante, and we've continued this matter a couple of times. Well, she's first sought to get insurance and then get a job to be able to pay for the evaluation. And I can say that a lot of things have gone on with some mental health treatment. And I did get a request for release of information very recently for the eval, so I know that we're moving forward. So I'm asking to set this out about 6 weeks, and then maybe suggesting the 30th of September, if that would work.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, is Mr. Holman on the line?
September 3rd.
Mr. Holman.
Could we chat for his phone number while we do a couple other cases and then I'll come back to him?
I will try to see if he can answer.
Let me see if I have anyone else ready, Your Honor. Actually, don't think I do. I do have one other reset, but I'm gonna just wait to do that a little bit.
Real hot, that just shows up. We're resetting this real hot. Omens. Donnie is real hot ready for me.
I'm working on it. There
Still
was an
okay.
issue, yeah. There's something wrong with our mapping.
I get a weird window if I hit reset.
Yeah, because I had to do a
hit
workaround,
refresh.
so I think it should be ready now.
You got a fancy one. What's up with that? What's up with the fancy? You got some kind of on the side of your mask there. Oh, I see it.
Officials calls in, can you just tell him to call me, just give him that 890 number, and so I can get this from him.
Yeah, if I
We have a
catch
whole
it.
bunch on at 11 that I can't get a hold of, so it's like,
If I can catch him, I will.
Could we address briefly, actually, I guess I'll just ask.
Sure.
Davis off the 815, did we end up sending that over?
Yes, she, obviously we needed you here. I said she needed to get a hold of you and discuss her treatment issues. There's, Mr. Dilly can educate you a little bit on that. There was an
Evaluation says.
Now back on record. Call the matter of Aliyah Ballard.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Ms. Ballard, good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
We're gonna
How are you?
We're going to take your matter now. Your attorney's here in the courtroom with us. I'll turn to him for the status of the matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Ballard. Dan Haverco here. Your Honor, the matter comes before the court for a pretrial hearing on theft attempted. Parties have reached an agreement that being a 12-month stipulated order of continuance for 12 months on the condition that she pay $250 in probation fee and not committing new criminal law violations, at the end of which time city will move to dismiss the charge.
Ms. Ballard, do you disagree with anything your attorney just said?
No, Your Honor.
What he has done is negotiate an agreement on your behalf to where if you stay out of trouble, that's the most important thing. Pay a probation fee in the amount of $250 at the end of the period of time specified. Charge will be dismissed. The most important part of this is no criminal law violations.
I can do that.
And of course, if you violate the agreement, it's set forth right in it that you have given up your right to a speedy trial, a hearing on the evidence. All we're going to have is a reading of the record, and you know what that would result in. We don't want to go there. Your attorneys put you in a position where this matter can get dismissed, and it's up to you to take care of it. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
The only thing I'm going to add is if you have problems making the payments on the fees, let us know. That is something we can definitely deal with. Okay?
Okay.
We'll be sending you a copy of the agreement. Review it carefully, and then if you have any questions at all, give your attorney a call. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, and take care.
You too. Goodbye.
Then the window popped up. Then that weird window popped up. If you will not be saved.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first time today that it did that. And anything further at this time?
No, unless someone else.
With that, we'll go off record. Now back in the record, defer to the attorneys for the order in which cases are called.
And Your Honor, if we could start with Jacob Holman.
Jacob Holman, are you present electronically?
Muted on his end.
Mr. Holman, you're muted on your end. If you would be so good to unmute yourself.
All right, is that working?
I can hear you now. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We're going to call your case at this time. Your attorney's in court, and I'll turn to him for the status of your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we do have a plea form ready in no courts for Your Honor to go over with him. Thank you.
For the record, the name is Jacob Charles Holman.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Holman, I'm looking at a statement on definitive plea of guilty to one count of theft in the third degree. Plea form tells me you're 34 years of age. You have a GED.
Yes, sir.
Any problem going over the plea form with your attorney?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Now, if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing. And that could be up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine, regardless of what's recommended. You realize that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
With that in mind, as the one count of theft in the third degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm heretofore and on September 25th, 2019, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Make that plea of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No, sir, Your Honor.
We'll find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. The recommended sentence is 364 days in jail, credit for 1 day served, 363 days suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior, and pay a $250 fine. Is there anything you'd like to tell me at all about the matter?
Just that I was in a real bad place in that time of my life, and I've come a long way since then. I just did a year in prison, and it really straightened me out. So
Any question?
ready to get this behind me.
Any question at all about the plea process?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Signing off on the plea form? Have you heard the recommendation to sentence, Mr. Dilly? Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Steve, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything further from Mr. Holman regarding regarding this matter?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Think the recommendation's a fair one? I'm going to follow it. I'll impose 364 days in jail, credit for 1 day served, 363 suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior. That's by far the most important thing, and pay a $250 probation fee. We're going to set your payments on that at $25 a month. If you have a problem making the payment, you need to let us know, okay?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Holman, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself, and hopefully this has been not too unpleasant of a learning experience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. That concludes the matter. Judge, I see you have a couple of matters.
No, Your Honor, I have a couple of reset matters, and I've had contact with those folks quite a bit, in fact, a lot, but I wasn't sure whether or not they'd be here today, so I think I'm gonna hold off just a few more minutes.
Sure.
I'm going through those in case they call in, because they're both, well, actually, let me take that back. We can handle the Stanley matter off the 11 o'clock calendar, because that's not going to be ready to go up today under any circumstance, so we might as well address that. Mr. Stanley's doing some treatment. I put that in motion, and we're getting some things a little further down the road towards resolution there. Has to go out to that 30th of September date. Thank you.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
They will note the non-appearance, and we're going to set the matter out to September 30th.
We go off the record real quick.
We are still on record at this moment. It's gonna be a minute. I don't know this document. That's ready for your signature, Your Honor.
Are we off the record?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not quite yet.
No problem. Just making sure before I start.
Go back.
Resume the pretrial calendar. I'll defer to the attorneys for the order in which the cases are called. Mr. Stevens?
Thank you, Your Honor. We could call first Kazuko Hicks. Ms. Hicks is on the phone, and we do have a resolution in these matters. She's numbers 4, 5, and 6 on the 11 o'clock calendar. There's a plea form, plea form in the courtroom, or excuse me, in O courts for 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree with an agreed recommendation of a $250 fine. There's also an agreed revocation of the 2 cases that are on SOC, and with an agreed recommendation there that just the time be suspended, those findings enter, and so that Ms. Hicks be put on a total payment plan of $500 with no time left to serve. Thank you.
That's all correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Hicks, good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Good morning to you. And for the record, your name is Kazuko, middle initial E, Hicks.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hicks, I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to one count of theft in the 3rd degree that tells me you're 45 years of age and you've been through the 12th grade in school.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any problems going over the plea form with your attorney?
No, no, he made it pretty clear.
Now, if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing which could be up to 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. You realize that?
Yes, sir.
With that in mind, as to one count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on December 3rd, 2020, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No. No, sir.
Statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements. I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and I'm attaching my signature to the plea form as we speak.
Okay.
The recommendation is the sentence would be all jail time, 364 days suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior and pay a court costs in the amount of $250, Mr. Steven?
250 on a new case, then 125's already been imposed on the 2 SOCs, just have that roll over.
And that just rolls over to the, Ms. Hicks, that's the recommendation. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
No, I'm a better person today than I was then.
Do you think the recommended sentence is a fair one?
Yeah, I can't afford it because I don't, but I'll figure it out.
We'll set your payments at 25 a month, but yeah, it adds up. And of course, every time there's a problem, a new case that results in a adverse result to you, that adds to the misery. Now,
Right.
if possible to make the fine payments or the probation payments, let us know. There's community service, there's alternatives. The most important thing here is that you stay out of trouble. I mean,
Right.
4 days in jail or suspended on the condition that you do that. I'd hate to have the prosecutor make a recommendation that you serve 60 days for violating the no criminal offenses provision in this in the judgment. Can you do
Oh, believe me, sir, I'd hate for you to have to do that too.
Hey, Ms. Hicks, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. It's been kind of a long haul here, but I'm hopeful that this will be the last time you have to appear in court. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
You still have the other active cases going that are on, they're still under the jurisdiction of the court, and that could result in action as well. You realize that?
I have the other ones.
Those are cases that you've already had, but they're still there.
Okay, so how do I clear them up?
As long as you're staying out of trouble, you're okay. There's not going to be a problem.
Okay. So I don't have to, no more court dates or
Not at this time.
anything?
Your address changes, you let us know that. No, there won't be another court date unless you violate the provisions in the 3 cases you have, or if there's some new offense that would cause a problem.
Right. Okay, well, we are going to be good. It's all good.
Josh, I guess I need a signature on the JNS form. And I went and pressed the edit button. I don't know how to how do I back out of the edit? I noticed it.
If you just hit save.
Save.
Yeah, it won't do anything since you didn't edit it.
Save.
And then it won't.
Then save. Okay, took over to Josh.
Share that.
No, I'm just currently viewing, has signed. Got it, Josh, thanks.
And Your Honor, let me know when you're ready. I can call the next one.
Oh, I'm sort of stuck in between here. You are currently. Donnie, I'm stuck in the middle here. Just need to sign in. You are currently viewing, but I go to edit and.
Okay, so as soon as he's done signing, because he, okay, so he is, so now you are currently editing, so now you should be able to do it. Yeah, when they're in there editing or signing, then nobody else can.
Nothing.
Alright, so try hitting save.
Save this.
And then now try to edit again. And then hopefully that one.
It's sort of stuck in between. Well.
Yeah, I would refresh or back up.
Reloads, what is that?
Yeah, you can hit reload. It's just refresh.
Okay, hey, whoa.
Okay, yeah, looks like the button is highlighted, so you should be able to get it.
Should be, bingo.
There you go.
Got it. That took a little help and, Ms. Hicks.
Next matter, Your Honor, is Stacy Krizan. She comes on for 3 matters, numbers 7, 8, and 9 on the 11 o'clock calendar. We do have a plea form to one of the matters. Actually, I have a form that covers everything. The driving license suspended, third charge is going to be amended, no valid operator's license with ID and $150 fine. The theft charge ending in 8177 will be pled guilty to with an agreed probation fee of $250. Theft charge 18.
You're in a vacuum cleaner or something running there.
I'm sitting next to a road. It was cars going by. Sorry.
Good morning. Is this Stacy Lynn Krizan?
Yes, sir, it is. Yeah.
I'm not sure what that noise is, but.
Can you hear? Is it better now?
No, you're much, much better. That's it.
Oh, good.
The defendant on plea of guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. That charge alleged to have occurred on February 11th of 2021. As part of the plea agreement, the city's dismissing the citation issued on July 19th. And also the city has amended ticket for driving a license suspended or revoked in the 3rd degree to no valid operator's license in the 2nd degree and infraction. With regard to the theft in the 3rd degree, have you gone over the plea form with your attorney?
Yes, sir, I have.
Realize if I accept the plea, you're looking at up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine, regardless of what's recommended. You realize that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, and that would conclude the matter.
Yes.
With that in mind, as to one count of theft in the third degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on February 11th, 2021, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty, Your Honor.
Take that plea of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No, sir.
Statement of paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. Now, the recommended sentence is all jail time suspended on the condition that you pay a $250 fine on the criminal offense. Is there anything you think I should know or would like to tell me about the matter?
No, Your Honor. I was going through some things at the time, and those things have gotten immensely better. Some time has passed, and I've learned my lesson with this right here. I don't hope to see any of you back in court anytime soon for anything like this.
I'm certainly hoping that myself, and of course that is up to one person, and that is you.
Absolutely.
As to the amended infraction of no valid operator's license, do you admit that?
Yes, sir.
With that in mind, I'm going to follow the recommendation: 364 days in jail, all suspended on the condition, most importantly, have law-abiding behavior, $250
Yes.
probation fee, and a $150 assessment on the civil infraction. Do you know what you need to do to get your license reinstated?
Yes, I just need to, I need to call and get all of my fines just consolidated and start making payments on it so I can get it. I need to get it unrevoked, number one, and then I need to get it reinstated. So
I'm going to wish you the best of luck with that. That's a little more important than the probation fees on these charges. I want you to do your best efforts to get your license reinstated, okay?
absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Krazan. We'll be mailing you a copy of the guilty plea as well as a copy of the judgment sentence, which I'm reviewing to sign right now.
All right, great.
Any questions at all?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and take care of yourself.
You too.
And I'll need a signature from Brent and Josh on the judgment. And for the record, ticket ending 8717 is dismissed.
Next matter, Your Honor, then is.
One more, I see you signed it. Now it's my turn. Edit document. Sign. And close. Got it. Next case.
Next matter is Alex Brown. Mr. Brown is on the phone. I think his number ends in the 5425. And there is, we have this matter resolved as well, Your Honor. There should be a form, an infraction committed form. The no valid operator's license with ID and other charge is going to be amended to a expired tabs infraction and a no vol with ID infraction, $75 each, total fine of $150. And on the Legend drug case, that's going to be dismissed with prejudice due to the new case laws. Thank you.
That's correct, Your Honor.
It was, given the recent events, I was kind of wondering about that Legend drug case, but that's a discussion for later. Mr. Brown, are you able to hear me?
He's muted on his end.
Mr. Brown, you're muted on your end. If you're going to mute yourself, we're going to call your matter now. Let me know when you've done that. And it's a $150 on each of the infractions?
It's $175 each, a total of.
Oh, 75 each.
Mr. Brown, it's.
Oh, all right. I can hear you.
Mr. Brown, good morning. The city has dismissed the Legend drug charge and amended the two licensing matters. The false registration is now expired tabs. The NVOL without ID is now with ID. Those are two infractions. If you admit them, I'm going to assess $75 each, and that will close all your matters. Do you admit the infractions?
Yes.
So done. Do you have a valid license? That'd be a good idea to get a valid driver's license if you're able to do that. My advice to you is
No,
that's
I definitely do have one. I had lost it at the time.
No, that's always a good thing to take care of. The $75 each, that's a total of $150. First payment will be due September 5th. That'll be $25. We'll send you a copy of today's judgment infraction disposition in this matter. And that concludes your case. Any question at all?
Nope.
Mr. Brown, good luck to you. You take care of yourself.
All right, you too.
Do I need to sign that one? I don't think I do.
There's a place on there, but I went ahead and signed it, which means yeah, didn't notice that, Josh. Should have.
Okay, and Your Honor, the next matter I'd like to call is number 17, Robert Trevino. Mr. Trevino is not here today. I'm just going to ask to reset this. I did just get his eval. Him and I have spoken a number of times. I did expect him to be here, but nonetheless, I just asked to reset this a month.
You're in touch with him, no problem. Do we need a form on that?
Yeah, we'll need a motion to continue. When did you want to go out?
We can go out to maybe the middle of September, about 6 weeks.
Okay. Got a big
Sure,
calendar.
this afternoon anyway, too.
Yeah.
Stuff in Yelm regardless.
I know.
Right, when I covered for you, that the rainy calendar's not too bad.
No. Yeah. Yeah, there's not that much.
It's ready for your signature, Your Honor.
Okay, got it.
Did you do it from home?
No, I was here. I just stuck around.
Okay.
Because I had the calendar that day, so I just.
Okay.
Back to the dashboard.
Next matter, Your Honor, I'm just gonna go down the list. I need to, Zenobia Nelson, I'm gonna call here in a moment, but I'm gonna have to to go relatively soon, so I'm gonna get everyone else done and then go make that phone call. Scott Rogers has not answered my call this morning. It looks like the warrant stays. Looks like there's still, this was set, but the warrant stayed until he appeared, and it doesn't look like he's here, so I think we're just back at warrant status for Mr.
Strike and
Rogers.
just strike the hearing.
Okay. So do we just strike that procedurally? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
That's what we do, Josh. What I used to do is say, okay, quash the warrant, we've given us a request, reset. But we've had so many of these, what I do is just, hey, keep the warrant, they show up, then we'll deal with it.
Understood, and that makes sense. The next matter is number 12, Elu Savanu, which I believe is on for show cause,
That's correct, Your Honor.
It is.
and no information to provide the court, unfortunately.
Hit and run attended.
$5,000 cash or bond.
So ordered. See, Brandon Sitzman, there's a motion to.
Mr. Sitzma is in our Olympia Community Court, and I'm a backup in that calendar. I'm in that courtroom about 3 to 4 days a week. I miss one day a month, so I'm there a lot of the time. He's actively in that. His last hearing was reset. He sent an email that he's got COVID, and this was about 12 days ago or so. And so his matters there were reset. I haven't had a chance to speak with him, and it's still showing as Mr. Haverhill on the calendar, and that's not a big deal. I just forgot to prep it because I didn't see my name. Regardless, I'd ask to just reset that out. If we could just go 1 month, so we kind of keep an eye on
Let's
this.
go a
because
month to.
I know the case has been going on for a while.
I see that was the news this morning. Thursday County Jail has had a
Yes.
six person COVID outbreak, 2 staff, 4 inmates.
Really?
Yeah.
I did hear that from an inmate that I'm representing, so that's interesting, yeah. Next matter, on for show cause is Dion Watkins Tilly. Unfortunately, I have no information to provide the court in that matter either, and I will then step out and call.
Which one was that? I'm busy. I'm
Sorry,
signing.
Watkins Tilly.
18, Your Honor, on our 11.
18.
$5,000 cash or bond.
So ordered.
You gave me this Nokia phone number, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, got it, okay. Ugh. All right, I'll be right back.
Do you want to do Amber Finley?
Yeah, she's back, so we can, if you're ready for her case.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Over. She's ready.
Are we off record?
We're on record. I think we're gonna handle the.
We're on.
Finley. Ready to go. She's ready when you are.
Oh, Ms. Finley, are you there?
Yes.
So, Your Honor, this is item number 9 on the calendar, on the 10 o'clock pretrial calendar. This is Amber Finley. Matter comes on before the court for pretrial hearing on a theft and the 3rd-degree charge and count 2 criminal trespass. Party breached an agreement She's going to enter an Alford plea to count one, theft third. Upon the court's acceptance of the plea, city will move to dismiss count two, criminal trespass. I did discuss with her an Alford plea. While she may or may not feel she's guilty of the offense, she does agree that if the matter were heard by a jury or judge, there's enough evidence that it's highly likely a finder of fact would enter a finding of guilt. And because of that, she wishes to enter a plea, also to take advantage of the city's plea offer, which is to dismiss count two. So ask the court to inquire.
Ms. Finley, good morning. Is your full name Amber Marie Finley?
Yes,
I'm looking at on a screen a guilty plea form. Have you gone over this form with your attorney? It's a plea of guilty to one count of theft in the third degree with the dismissal of the criminal trespass charge.
yes,
And if you had any questions about the form, were those questions answered?
yes,
I accept the plea. You give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing which could be up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine, regardless of what's recommended. You realize that?
yes,
Now, your attorneys indicated that you wish to do this in the plead in the form of an Alford plea. Now,
yes,
a little bit about what that means. What it does mean, I want to make sure you understand this, is that you aren't admitting to doing anything specifically wrong, but you have gone over the police reports with Mr. Haverco and realized that were the matter to go to a trial, the adverse result you would get would be almost certain.
yes,
With that in mind, as to one count of theft in the third degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on May 19th, 2021, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
Take that plea of your own free will.
Yes,
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
no,
I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and the factual basis I have determined from the probable cause statement. The recommendation, Ms. Finley, is all jail time suspended. Is there anything you'd like to tell me or think I should know?
not really.
Hey, Mr. Haverco, anything further?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. It seems like a reasonable recommendation. Ask the court to follow it.
Mr. Joey, anything?
It's an agreed recommendation, Your Honor. Ask that you follow it.
Mr. Finley, Ms. Finley, I'll follow the recommendation. However, I know from your record, this is, I think, about the 5th time you've been charged with the same offense. That might be something for you to think about and consider. But I am going to follow the recommendation. 364 days in jail, suspended on the condition law-abiding behavior, and that would include primarily any theft-related charges. The $250 probation fee is that I will impose can be paid by yourself at $25 a month. What I'll want you to do is get a hold of us if there's a problem making any of the payments. Okay?
Okay,
Ms. Finley, do you have any question that concludes the matter?
no,
Now I've got to go over on a computer screen the final papers here, and as soon as they're signed, you'll be furnished with a copy of them. I'm going to wish you the best of luck and remind you that if we don't learn from any mistakes we make, that applies to all of us. You're bound to repeat them. Good luck to you.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Finley.
We do we have a phone number ending in 8178. I'm not sure who that is.
We do have a phone number and it ends in 8178. We don't have a name to go with that. If you would unmute yourself and let us know who you are. We can... Good morning.
You muted again?
You're remuted. Could make sure you unmute yourself and then let us know who you are.
Muted stuff.
So far, not hearing a thing. It would really help if you'd unmute yourself and then let us know who you are. Well,
Yeah, they were unmuted, so it seems like they know how. Seems like they maybe want to be muted. I can't, since it's a phone number, they don't.
oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Was it 8178?
8178.
Again, phone number 8178. We don't have any way of sending you a message, and we can't talk to you unless you unmute yourself and let us know who you are. We won't be able to address your case otherwise.
Muted.
Uh,
Maybe they're just here to listen.
Sometimes I think people call in and then they walk away from their, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee.
Go back on that.
Now back on record, Mr. Stevens.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next matter I can call, I believe my last matter for this morning is Zenobia Nelson. Ms. Nelson comes on for a pretrial. We do have a stipulated order of continuance form that I've gone over with her and we've signed and is in courts. Thank you.
Ms. Nelson, good morning. Are you able to hear me? You may need to unmute yourself to do that.
I'm here, but I can't hear anything.
Hey, good morning, Ms. Nelson. Your attorney is forwarded to me.
I'm having a hard time hearing.
Pardon?
You can't hear us. Someone else told me that happened for them this morning as well. They couldn't hear.
Huh.
You have to speak into the microphone.
Ms. Nelson, can you now hear me?
Yes.
Hey, thank you. I may not have been speaking directly into the microphone. I'm looking at a stipulated order of continuance. Have you gone over that with your attorney?
Yes.
Any questions about it?
No.
I will turn to Mr. Sneva to let me know what the agreements are.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. The recommendation is just that she pay a $250 probation fee and have no law violations over the next year and keep us apprised of her good address, and the case will be dismissed in 12 months. Thank you.
Ms. Nelson, do you disagree with anything your attorney just said?
No, I do not.
Got a contract here with the city. The most important thing is stay out of trouble. If you do that and pay the costs as indicated, this charge will be dismissed. It will not go on your record as a conviction.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you violate the agreement and the city proves that, we'll have a hearing based solely on the police report. And because you've given up your rights to go to trial and have witnesses, and you know what the result of that would be.
Okay.
Your attorney has put you in a position of being able to get the charge dismissed, but it's up to you to make sure that happens.
Okay.
I'm going to wish you the best of luck, Ms. Nelson. That concludes today's hearing. You have a good day.
You too.
Thank you now.
And that's all.
Is that all for me? Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We had I see looks like somebody's talked to Mr. Cram. There's something on the courts about him, but
He's not on.
he's as last time he did not show up.
Mr. Who?
That's one of Dan's cases.
Oh, okay, that's one of Dan's.
Okay, thank you.
William Cram. He's been here before, but not for a
So we're
while.
doing no shows?
May as well go through, start with the 10 o'clocks.
First one I show is
Dudley.
Yeah, no, haven't had contact.
That was set for show cause today. That's a no,
$5,000 cash or bond.
so ordered.
And Sarah Plutz, I had anticipated that she was going to be on the call today. So I've spoken with her. Don't know why I don't know her reasons for not appearing.
5,000 cash or bond.
And there is the infraction as well. We'll just FTA that. So ordered.
And haven't had any contact with Zachary McBride.
2,500 each.
So ordered.
Nor Mr. Stahl.
5,000 cash or bond.
So ordered.
And then on the 11 o'clock,
What of Mr. Fran?
what's that?
Oh, I guess that is.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock, yeah. I had some contact with Mr. Cram and don't know why he's not here.
5,000 cash or bond.
Hey, go back to the 10 o'clock. There's a Mackenzie Johnson. She didn't actually make it to the docket. That's a kind of an add-on, but she was set for a show cause today as well. I have the file.
No, I don't think she was set for show cause. Josh asked me to put that on.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what's going on. And he just left, so.
It's an assault 4
Yeah, it was
DV.
set for mid-September and he asked me to bump it to today yesterday.
Did any contact at all with,
That's Mr. Snevis. He asked,
pardon?
that's Mr. Snevis. He asked for it to be added last minute
Oh,
to the calendar, but he's left. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it.
Since Josh isn't here, maybe we better bump it a couple of weeks.
This is Mackenzie Johnson. Tomorrow we have a resolution. It's somewhat time sensitive. I've spoken with Brent about it. He's in agreement. It's fine if it doesn't make the paper calendar, just need it on those things. And did he walk out already?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, let me see if I can gin him up on that.
There's no documents in Oakport, so I don't know what he had planned.
Well, since he's not here.
Mackenzie Johnson. I don't need, no, I'll do it without you. Just dismiss, right? No worries. All right. Of course. You bet. Bye. So he's moving to dismiss.
Dismiss?
Yep.
So ordered.
Steve is waiving his presence.
Oh, yes. Do we need an order on Mackenzie?
Yeah, typically an order of dismissal is done.
And going to the 11th, William Cram.
Well, right, again, had contact, but, yeah, I think you already issued a warrant, didn't you, on it?
This, yes, he's a show cause he didn't show up last time.
Yeah, and then the last one is, I think for me is Briella Vickers, which I think she failed to appear last time, and today it's on, I think for,
Let's do $5,000 cash or bond each.
Brianna Vickers.
And that, as it says,
We have phone number ending in 7933.
7923.
7933.
Good afternoon. I'm going to call the 1 o'clock arraignment calendar. We do have one phone number, 7133. That's all we know about you. Let us know who you are. You may have to unmute yourself, and if you would be so kind as to do that, we'll call your case. Okay.
Your Honor, this is Pat Myers.
Patrick Michael Myers.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
I'm going to go on record. Your name is Patrick Michael Myers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. I'm looking at the citation that alleges that on or about July 7, 2021, you were cited for driving a motor vehicle without ignition interlock when required to have that by law. That is what they call a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. Now, you do have a right to have a lawyer represent you at all stages of a criminal proceeding, including today's arraignment. If you're indigent and you qualify, I will appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. He'll enter a plea on your behalf at this time. That would be Mr. Haverco, and he's in the courtroom in person now. Are you?
Okay, Your Honor. Yes, I'd like that.
And this is Patrick Myers.
yeah,
I'm going to appoint Mr. Haverco to represent you in this matter. He'll enter a plea on your behalf.
stipulate to probable cause, Your Honor, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Mr. Myers, a plea of not guilty has been entered on your behalf. That preserves your rights. We now set the matter for what they call a pretrial conference. That's a chance for you to discuss your case with your attorney and he in turn with the prosecutor. And if you can reach an agreement regarding a disposition of your case, that is put on the record. If you can't reach an agreement, you do have a right to a public and speedy jury trial where the offense was alleged to have been committed. Mr. Haverco, plea is
not guilty.
Not guilty. That preserves your rights, Mr. Myers. We're going to enter a plea of not committed on the 3 civil infractions you likewise have. We're going to set a pretrial for September 2nd at 11 o'clock in the morning.
All right, Your Honor.
We'll be sending you a copy of today's order together with some contact information with your court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions at all?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
Bail is not going to be set, but the conditions of release are law-abiding behavior, and of course that would involve don't drive without ignition interlock if that's required by the Department of Licensing.
All right, Your Honor.
Myers, thank you for checking in. We'll be sending you the information indicated.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you and have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, Frederick, records number 5 and 6.
Mr. Frederick, we're going to call your matter at this time. How are you today?
Good. How about yourself?
I want to thank you for showing up. You indicated you promised that you would, and for that I thank you. For the record, is your full name Douglas Andrews?
Yes, sir.
Frederick, the citation I have alleges that on or about the 26th day of July, 2021, you committed the offense of disorderly conduct. That's a simple misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction for that would be 90 days in jail and or a $1,000 fine. Now, you have a right to have a lawyer represent you at all stages of any criminal proceeding. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. If that is your request and you are indigent, are you asking for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, because I felt like I was detained at Nisqually for 2 days, yard day, so I was basically kidnapped.
Okay, that's an issue we're going to take up later.
Okay. Yeah.
The public defender will simply enter a plea on your behalf. Mr. Averco?
Thank you. Thanks, Your Honor. Would stipulate to probable cause as the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Mr. Frederick, a plea of not guilty has been entered on your behalf. That preserves your rights. We set the matter for pretrial, and we're going to send you information on how to contact your attorney, and we'll likewise send you a copy of today's order. The pretrial will be on September 2nd at 10 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Mr. Frederick, thank you for appearing. We'll be sending you the information indicated. Good luck to you, and again, thank you for appearing.
Thank you. All right.
You have a good day. And we'll calendar the civil infraction right along with that. Mr. Dilly, are you with us?
I am indeed.
Well, we had two, and we have somebody in the courtroom waiting for patiently waiting, well, maybe not so patiently, but waiting for the arrival of a relative. I guess we'll just hang tight until we have an appearance.
All right.
Back on record, we're going to call the matter of Yelm versus Dorino Graves. Mr. Graves, good afternoon. Is your full name Dorino, middle initial O, Graves?
Yes, sir.
Citation I am looking at alleges in honor about July 18th, 2021. You committed the offense of assault in the 4th degree domestic violence. That charge is what they call a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days and or a $5,000 fine. Now, you have a right to have a lawyer represent you, and I will appoint Mr. Haverco, the public defender, to represent you if that's your request. He will determine later if you're indigent, and he can represent you at no expense. That's for another time.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haverco will enter a plea on your behalf.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stipulate to probable cause as the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Mr. Graves, a plea of not guilty has been entered on your behalf. That preserves your rights. We're going to set your matter for what they call a pretrial conference. That's a chance for you to talk to your lawyer about your case, and he can talk to the city attorney about it. Resolve it if you can by agreement. If you can't resolve it by agreement, you have a right to have a public and speedy jury trial where the offense occurred. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
Now, any of the conditions I said earlier will remain in effect, and that includes contact with Kia Brantley. Okay. Mr. Haverco, a plea?
A not guilty plea, Judge.
We have not guilty has been entered, the usual stipulations. We'll set your case for a pretrial, Mr. Graves, and that will be on September 2nd, 2011, 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm signing the order on today's hearing as we.
Pretty sure that's from Brent.
Is that from Brent?
I think that's, yeah, I'm not sure if that's something in his office.
Mr. Graves, the prosecutor today is appearing on the Zoom program as well. But if you will, I've signed the today's order that has the court date on it. You can get a copy of that by going to the front window, and they will give you they'll give you a copy of it. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
Good luck to you. Take it easy, and hey, thanks for showing up.
Yes, sir. Anytime, I'm trying to get myself in no more trouble.
Hey, you told me to show up and you did. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Always do.
Yes, sir.
You take care of yourself.
Okay.
We'll see you next month sometime.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So is that likely all of them?
I think that's probably
Okay.
it.
Nobody else is on.
Okay.
so-
Nobody else is on. We'll go off record.
Well, take care.
Back on record for the 1 o'clock no shows. It is now 2:15. Going to page 13 of the docket, page 1. I find probable cause for docket number 1. Shara Ruth Caldwell cited for both crime trespass, first degree, and theft third, $2,500 cash or bond. Next would be docket number 2. Gerald Christopher, I find probable cause for obstructing a public servant. He's got numerous prior charges in this course, $2,500 cash or bond. Next one would be docket number 3, Greg DeSecco. I find probable cause for the issuance to him of a theft third charge, $2,500 cash or bond. And then Jeffrey Ford would be the next one. Find probable cause for crime trespass 1 on him, $2,500 cash or bond. And after Mr. Ford, the next one would be Joseph Johnson, page 14, docket number 8. Find probable cause for malicious mischief, third degree, $2,500 cash or bond. And next would be Caitlin Rasmussen. Probable cause was previously found when I spoke to her. She was booked in custody, and that was back on July 19th. No contact with Caleb Heaton's condition. I found probable cause then and still find it now. $2,500 cash or bond. Aaron Ruiz, we did reset 2 weeks out. Tommy Walker would be the next no-show. Find probable cause for the issuance to him of crime trespass 1 and theft third degree, $2,500 cash or bond. On the last, Kelly Witten, I did go to back to the order on arraignment, and that charge I've dismissed on my own motion without prejudice. And with that, I guess we can go off record.